Scavenged this from down my road. Someone had just dumped it. The dog's probably pissing it at some point, so I thought I'd give it a disinfect down just to clean it.
Wiseman Goes Wild is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
How does the theme tune to Wiseman Goes Wild go?
Dancing in the moonlight, everybody's feeling warm and bright. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight.
We're ready to go. So I was looking for some inspiration whilst out walking today, and I saw these sheep over here, so I thought, let's cook some lamb. Welcome to Wiseman Goes Wild. Alright, well let's talk through what we've got. We're going to be doing some lamb over a fire today. I'll show you what I'll get up to in a minute, but also you can see I've picked up some other ingredients. These I foraged from a beach earlier on. This is sea kale. Very much like a cabbage, very nice. We've got some garlic, obviously, to go with the lamb, some mint to go with the lamb, also a bit of rosemary, which I was able to forage, and also in the process some fennel seeds as well. So we'll rub a bit of those with a bit of olive oil, season with salt and pepper, and we'll come up with something to do with the vegetables as well. I'm not quite sure yet. So we've got our system set up here. What we're going to do, we're going to take the fish grill, you just basically put it through like that, and it will sit over the fire quite nicely as we put the meat in there, and it will cook evenly on either side. But as you can see, it's a bit dirty at the present moment, so we're going to get Dan to clean this for us. So Dan, what are you doing at the moment?
So Richard forgot to bring some of his equipment, and managed to find some in my camping bag. It's a bit dirty, and I've been asked to clean it, so that's what I'm doing.
Good work.
There you go. That should do.
Right guys, we've suffered through many videos of mine sort of going in the past, but it occurs to me, we've never actually sort of shown you, I've never shown you how to actually light a fire. Trick is to just get the air through, so what I'm doing at the present moment, I'll just get these lit. I've got the kindling behind me. So we'll get the firelighters going. Yep. And we just build the kindling around it. People have called it Jenga blocks. The trick is to make sure that there is just air, always air, so the wood can catch and sort of go around. It's alright to use your fingers as long as you're careful. It really is simple as that. It's about making sure there's air sort of getting through the fire so that it actually sort of starts up. Now we've got a good solid base there, we can actually find some other bits. Presuming your wood's dry, it's always important. Dry wood makes such a difference. I got this stuff from Home Bargains, about £4 a bag. It's a really good deal. But then we can just start putting the big logs on, or the bigger logs on. There's a couple of smaller bits, and we'll just let that burn down for a while. But it's really that simple, starting a fire. Just keep the air through, give it some space, make sure your wood's dry. So quick. Right, let's get the meat prepared. I've got two simple rolled lamb breasts. We're going to open them up, of course. Yep. Obviously you could roast that as one joint, but we're not going to do that. We're actually going to take the string off and roll it out. So let's get that off. So first of all, with the lamb, we score it, open it up. Next we put salt on it. Salt, you can never put too much salt on a bit of lamb. It's people often don't want to, but the lamb can take it, and it adds so much flavour to it if you get it right. Pepper, and then with the foraged rosemary and the foraged fennel I found, rubbed it in with a bit of olive oil, and then we put it in the fish slice. We haven't got a metal end just to sort of keep it secure whilst hanging down. It'd be fine if you're doing it in a barbecue, but because we're hanging it like that, we need something just to hold it together. So I've just got a little bit of string just to tie it together. Non-flammable string as well, or not plasticky string, so that should keep it secure. Anyway, so let's go and see how Richard's doing over there with the fire. Thanks, Richard. As you can see, the fire needs a little bit more time, so back over to you, Richard. Thanks, Richard. We'll come back to you later. Nice timbers down there. So we'll move the fire's either side, so we're going to put the lamb down in between, so it's cooking on both sides. That's really it. We just let that sort of cook up, keep an eye on the fire. We'll put some charcoals on in a little while, so we can then get the Dutch oven up and running. We'll just keep an eye on it. It'll get a little bit burnt, I imagine. Look, it'll cook on both sides. We'll give it a turn halfway through the cook. That's it. So here I am with my courgette, or as the Americans like to call it, zucchini. Yeah, so we're going to chop this up into cubes, put it in the Dutch oven with a few onions, and then we'll pop that on the fire in a minute. So I'll be going with that. Let's just chop each end, get that out of the way, chop down the middle, nice big cubes. Garlics in there, rosemary in there, that'll be fine. Pop that in the Dutch oven. A couple of onions. Season with a bit of salt and pepper. Another dash of oil, and that is, we'll let that cook down and it'll be lovely. The original plan was to put the Dutch oven onto the metal framework here, but we gave it a try a couple of minutes ago and it almost clapped the metal frame, so we decided to get the second fire pit out, and we'll do as is with Dutch oven cooking, how some people do it. We'll just get some coals underneath it first of all, so if I do that, so those are cooked down, not to worry. We'll just put that on top, like that, and we'll just put the coals on top. So the process being is the coals underneath will heat it sort of up from the bottom, the coals on top will heat it from the top, until you have an effect of an oven basically sort of cooking the vegetables. So we'll have some nice roasted vegetables, about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll keep an eye on it anyway and see what happens. So now we're going to check on the lamb. It's looking pretty, yeah, it's fine that it's got a bit sort of charred at the bottom. But I think what we'll next do is just turn the lamb over so we get a nice even cook. What this also allows for the lamb to do is you want the juices going up and down, so we'll turn it over a few bits and pieces, so you're resting one side, cooking the other. Think of a steak, but and what you do with that. So just check it's not too hot. That's good. It's just looking lovely. It's rather hot. So let's get that back on heat. So I reckon the lamb's been on, what do you reckon, 45 minutes? Yeah, 45 minutes. It seems to have cooked through quite well, so we're just going to get it off, have a look, and then do the next stage from there. It's smelling lovely, so let's just open that up, see what it's doing in the middle. Yeah, that's definitely cooked through. You can sort of see that, can't you? Yeah, that's nice. So we'll just whack it in a load of foil, keep the juices in, let it rest under the fire, wait for the other stuff to cook, and then we'll be ready to serve up. Go check up on the veg, see how it's doing. What I did, I put the joint in there, the spare joint we had earlier on. I browned it up first, and then put it in. So as you can see, that's all cooking very nicely. It's smelling delicious with all the juices from the lamb that's come over. I reckon what we'll do, we'll take the sea cow and we'll just put it in there and let it steam, and then we'll be ready to eat. Just chopping up the sea cow. I've given it a good wash. I don't need to season it because it's quite salty already in its own accord from being in the sea air. The reason I've washed it is because I've got it off a beach. Dogs are on the beach and you know they like to piss everywhere, so I'm giving it a good proper wash just to back up, like the same with any wild food. Give it a good wash beforehand, you don't know what's been there before. But chopped off, put it in, and we'll just let that steam on top with the food, and then it'll be ready in about 5-10 minutes. So we're almost done, we're ready to go, yeah. So we're just going to get the sort of pot out, and we're going to get the lamb out from under the fire, and we'll sort of get it cooking and see, yeah?
Are you the internet sensation Richard Wiseman?
Yes, that is me, I'm Richard.
I've heard you're really shit at cooking. Is that true?
It's true.
It's
true.
A lot of people have told me it.
Yeah.
Who's
Well. That was said with a lot of venom, wasn't it? Anyway, so everything's now done. We've got the steamed spinach and sea cow in there. The lamb sitting under there. There's a lamb in there, so we'll just get dished up into bowls, and the people can help themselves. One bit of lovely cooked lamb. One of my favourite things about cooking is actually seeing it when it works. Really, I just make it up as I go along most of the time, so when something like that actually happens, I'm actually quite pleased. Let's take a look at this beauty as well to see how that's now looking. It's had a lot of time to rest. But yeah, just wow. Just look at that. That's just incredible. I'm just going to take a little taste of it. That's truly fucking lovely. You should try it. You know, I'm really glad I saw that sheep earlier. Cheers, Flossie. So there we are, some really nice lamb just cooked in 2 different ways. It's raining out here, but I'm just going to sit down and enjoy this now. So until next time, stay wild.
And that's the end.
Excellent, good work.
Okay.